Finding the right article for your assignment is critical to your success as a student. Fortunately, the OCCC library maintains access to the resources you need. Welcome to EBSCOhost. In this video, you will learn the basics of working with EBSCO, which includes accessing EBSCOhost from the library website, searching for materials, and viewing the articles you need for your assignments. But first, what is EBSCOhost? EBSCOhost is an online research platform that gives students access to different databases, peer-reviewed journals, and academic articles. The library provides access and help for OCCC students and faculty. Now that we know what it is, let's get to searching. To access the platform, first head to the library's website, www.occc.edu/library. From the library's homepage, locate the Start Your Search box, and then click on the Articles tab. Under the Articles tab, click on the EBSCOhost link. At this point, you may need to log in. You can just use your OCCC email and password to do so. On the EBSCOhost landing page, you can use My Dashboard to review saved articles, previous searches from your session, and what articles you looked at during that research session. You can also use links to learn more about each database, watch video tutorials, find research help, or contact a librarian. To get started, be sure to check out which databases you're searching by clicking on the searching link. By default, EBSCOhost selects all the databases available to you through its platform. While you can always use every single one of these at once, it can really speed up your search by being selective in which databases you choose. To start reducing the number of databases you are searching, uncheck the Select All box. You can mix and match as many of these as you want, and several of them will become more important as you move into your degree. For now, though, we will check Master File and Academic Search. Once we have chosen our databases, we can click on the Select button. At the top of the screen, you will see a search bar that functions like the ones you would find on Google or Netflix. However, since we are working with databases, we have access to a couple of additional tools. On the right, you will see the Select a Field drop-down menu. This allows you to tell EBSCO where to look for your search terms, like in the title, abstract, or subject terms. You can even look for a particular name in the author field. On the left, you will find the option to work with Boolean operators. If you're new to Boolean operators, they can be a great way to direct your search and reduce the amount of time you'll spend sorting your results. In fact, let's take a minute to talk about them. These operators will tell EBSCO what to include and exclude from your results. The most common operators you'll see are AND, OR, and NOT. AND tells EBSCO to include all the search terms from your search bar. For example, if you're researching why cats headbutt their owners, you could put cats in your first search bar, then select AND, then list behavior in your second line. OR is used when working with a topic that may have several different names. This tells EBSCO to look for synonyms. Continuing our cat research, we can look for cats or felines, since some researchers may use that second term. NOT is used to exclude terms from our search results. In this example, our terms may unintentionally bring up other animal research, including those about dogs. To keep our research focused on cats, we can select NOT from the drop-down menu, then type in dogs in the search bar. Now that we know what tools are available to us, let's ask a research question. For this tutorial, our question is, does playing Dungeons & Dragons impact mental health? Unfortunately, we can't enter a whole question into the search bar. If we did, EBSCO would look for every word in that sentence. So let's break this down into search terms or keywords. The articles we want will need to cover both Dungeons & Dragons and mental health. When we start typing in our search terms, EBSCO will make a suggestion to you just like Google or Amazon will. However, not all their suggestions are helpful. Even though it is suggesting this phrase, it's better not to use it as EBSCOhost will look for that exact wording. In this case, Dungeons & Dragons on mental health. A better suggestion from EBSCO is this one, Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D, or Dungeons & Dragons. This catches the majority of our synonyms for this game. Our search bar should end up looking something like this. Our first search term, Dungeons & Dragons, is in the first search bar. Before the next term, we have our Boolean operator AND, which tells EBSCOhost to bring back articles with both of our phrases. Then our second search term, mental health. Before we even hit the search button, we can begin filtering our results under the Filters tab, which can be helpful if we're needing to look for something with full text or something is peer-reviewed. A type of article you will hear your instructors wanting is called peer-reviewed. If this is the first time you're hearing that, don't worry. The short version is that peer-reviewed means a publisher has taken an article to a panel of experts in the field and asked them to check it. While not necessary for every assignment, it's a great way to start evaluating your sources. Now that our search bars are set up, let's click on the search button. EBSCOhost has brought us back 729 articles that we can review. If this is too many or too few, we could adjust our search terms or add filters from the All Filters button. With these filters, we can specify our source types, publication date, that our article came from a peer-reviewed source, and if the article has full text available. You can check for the availability of the article with the Access Options drop-down menu, or start reviewing it by clicking on the title. Let's take a look at one of these articles. This is Roll for Initiative using Dungeons & Dragons in Play Therapy. From the record page, we can review our authors, our keywords, and the abstract. Abstracts can be extremely helpful as they will let us know what the article is actually about before we commit to reading it. We can also use the Access Options drop-down menu to see if we have immediate access to this article and what format it will be in. For this article, we see the Request This via Interlibrary Loan link. This means OCCC does not currently have access to this article. However, the library works with other institutions across the state, country, and world to get the materials our students need for their assignments. By clicking on the icon, you will get access to our interlibrary loan form. You will need to complete the user info section with your first name, last name, OCCC email address, and your phone number. EBSCOhost should fill in the item details for you. If not, use the information from the article citation to complete this section. Once you have finished, click the Submit Form button at the bottom of the screen. It may take a couple of days to process your request, so start researching early so you can get the perfect article you need for your assignment. If we look at another article from our results, Role-play games, RPGs for mental health, why not? Roll for Initiative, we may find different options. The Access Option menu now says PDF and Online Full Text, which means we have immediate access to this article. We can access these kinds of articles by clicking on those links. Now let's talk about how to get a citation for this article. Above the article title and to the right, there are several icons. To generate a citation, click on the quotation mark. The generator will pop up with a new window, and you can use the Select Style drop-down menu to pick the style guide used for your assignment. You can then copy and paste the citation into your Works Cited page. While these citations are pretty accurate, it never hurts to double-check them against your assigned style guide. If we return to the icons, you can find a way to email the article to your OCCC email inbox. To get started, click on the arrow icon. EBSCOhost will present you with this pop-up window, just like it did for generating a citation. You can also send this article to your OCCC OneDrive or generate a link to keep in your bookmarks. However, if you want to email it, click on the Email tab. From here, enter in your OCCC email address and click on the Send button. It may take a few minutes to get to your inbox, and be sure to check your junk and other folders in your Outlook inbox. Before you go, here's what to remember when using EBSCOhost. It is a research platform that gives you access to databases and articles. The OCCC manages your access and help to EBSCO. Use Boolean operators to strengthen your search. Use search terms instead of typing in a full question to get better results. And finally, begin searching early to increase the number of resources you can access. Thanks for watching. Visit our website for more help and resources.